you lose your shit? Seriously. So if you go to 4chan, right, people are like wondering, how do you become schizophrenic, right? Or want to kill yourself, go to 4chan. I'm serious, right? If you go visit 4chan, don't you feel like you want to visit a mental health hospital? Right? And the people in 4chan are the sane ones, right? There's a legitimate case for committing suicide. No, seriously, if you're hearing this, you can't, you need to stop pretending like mental health is not something you can easily lose. No, seriously, you see this, like, what the fuck? I'm losing my shit, right? No, people are like, well, how do you become a serial killer? It's like, well, you just look at 4chan for a little bit, right? It's been on the news, right? Serial killers, 4chan, right? Right, 4chan torment people. Look, people always ask me why do people commit suicide, right? It's like, you don't really have to think about this. About how people become schizophrenic. They're hiding now. Now, that doesn't mean you can't make money off it. I'm just telling you. Straight up. I don't even know where I can find it now. Look, you see a lot of the news stuff. Now, just because something's misogynistic or racist as SJO doesn't mean you can't make money from it, right? Let's not think about people losing their shit. Let's think about our cash. Right? Right now. Because if I get moolah, I don't have to, you don't want to deal with people like... See this shit? You don't want to deal with people like this because there's chicks like this in real life. Now you want one, but you don't want to be on the bottom end, right? Oh, Danny. You want the same chicks. And don't want chicks. So if you ever have sex with a chick, one of those insane chicks, you might get this. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of... So the politicians were sane, right? No offense. They're not. They would have... So if they wanted to get the MGTOW and WGTOW people to shut the fuck up, right? Well, you know what they would have done? They would have created a dating list of all the insane rich billionaires who are willing to switch sides just to fuck a guy. You know those billionaires, they're not liked by anyone in society, right? They're great business partners, but you saw that one time, Nail Karen, that party, lost her shit, right? She had some of her magic odor, right? Over everyone. And you magic spray, and you don't even want to talk about it anymore. Her initiative's like, oh fuck, I have to go pair with her. Now, if you remembered that, it's like, okay, now I know why people would date an incel, right? Don't you want to feel cool? Didn't 4chan make the incel people feel? I don't fucking remember if it was real. I think they're hiding. I swear to God, I can't find anything online these days. Anyways, let's do an Amazon reel. I don't know how much time I have left before this thing collapses. So you could advertise for dustproof this. You could buy this if you want to. If anyone's interested in losing their shit. I know it's positive commercialism. Everyone here who's buying this is looking for an excuse to go violent. You know, there's that vid is like Brian woke up one day and decided to go violent, right? After meeting Meg. These are for gay people, by the way. None of these guys... I'm going to give you some hints. If you're looking to snap, right, and start a killing spree, this would be the reason to do it, right? Here's another reason. You decide to become gay. No, seriously. This is why you decide to buy this shit. You decide... So none of these are real. None of these are girls. That's my guess. Like, bang, bang, bang. So you're a guy. Honestly, I'll be honest. People can get disgusted at me, but I am bi. But only for the cheddar. Survival. I think that's a sane opinion. Right? Because you can't get your daily needs met. Right? Unless you get money, right? Money is what runs the world. Right? If you can't get cash, you gotta do prostitution. I don't fucking know how long my parents are gonna maintain their shit. You know why I started the channel? Because I want to recount the past. Back when my parents were actually fucking sane and stayed up till 6 a.m. to hustle, right? They don't fucking do that anymore. I don't care if they kick me out. There's nothing great from my family's household anymore. At least I carry the spirit, right, of what once was great. Yeah, I'm just here to talk about the world back when it was saner. They were saner back then. So, I'm gonna talk about unreliable black magic that I used to get my views a couple days ago. So I lost my Bang energy drink. In return, I got like 2 views on YouTube. And then a couple days later, my mom had a slither, right? And I had a slither like it was the exact same. It was like, and like a week earlier, I got a slither, right? Yeah, an exchange happened. Retention booster. I don't know if that fucking works. You want to know what does work? Spam booster. I seriously want to do this now. Wish I was skilled enough. You see? No, seriously. If I was smart enough, I would do it. Because, see, my problem is I'm a dumbass, right? I'm so much of a dumbass, I can't fit into the modern world quite yet. I mean, I guess I could work for Amazon and get food stamps. That's always a last resort. I only have last resort options to move out, right? That's what I fucking hate about it. It's like, do you want that? Anyway, any YouTuber who wants to get into the business of YouTubing and trying to like do something valuable to your employer should just seriously look into this shit. Right. Default job's prostitution, so art's like sort of a sane way of prostitution. Right? You're advertising. Advertising is valuable in any economy, any employer. No guarantee of making money, but for you, the employer, the employer, not for you and the employee, no guarantee, but for the employer, it's great. They always give you a job eventually. People aren't stupid, right? Because this world isn't built on rationality. It's built on irrationality. It's built on the arts, right? It's built on chaos. That's what art is. It's the embodiment of entropy. It's the embodiment of chaos. Seriously, because it's fantasy, right? Because you know what happens when order devolves? You get fantasy. Right? So the other universes don't have order. Or they don't have art. Because the joke is they're not ran on entropy. Yeah. So what were the globalists supposed to do? I'm gonna go. They were supposed to get us out of the arts, right? And into some rational world of science, which they failed to do. And I think this is the year that they may have lost their shit. They have not found anyone to fuck for the last couple decades since Epstein died. They have to be nice now. That's not a good sign. Maybe some dominant female cucked their leadership. Yeah, I don't know. The 19-star constellations. I don't know who the fuck it is. Maybe they're constellations because they're a consolation prize for any guys. Like no one wants them. Trust me, no one wants them. Even my friend Jonathan doesn't want them. I don't know these days. Yeah, no one honestly wants them. Why? They just you just when you remember the mask. You remember this. It's just there's a lot of chicks like that. If I was Huffington Post and you want to be get right-wing fan base, you might as well just create a dating list for all the crazy left-wing chicks that will morph. It's easy, right? Ariana, don't go in denial. You know they're real. This is also how you lose your shit. But anyways, if anyone is looking, I don't know if this is negative advertisement. If you think it's negative, please please comment. I'm trying to create a positive advertising relationship with Amazon. If you're interesting, if you're gay, right? You want to buy this? Why does this matter? Well, if you don't do commercially, you join a civil rights movement, and basically, I'm gonna go be honest. You're gonna basically try to get more money from people. All right, if you can't make money in advertising, you can for the civil rights movement. I think I might have mentioned this, but I'm gonna recount it because I don't keep track of my podcast. Like I said, right? I think I got misdiagnosed as schizophrenic, but I got diagnosed, right? Yeah, so I have hearing I might have had like memory retention problems, right? So if anyone doesn't mind, I'll recount it. So this shit, this is how these type of drawings is how you lose your shit. It's a good drawing. This is how you lose your shit, by the way. This is someone who's trying to think about eating their dog. Now, this does get you views, don't get me wrong. It's fascinating and disgusting as fuck. And honestly, if I was a company like Amazon, I would commission this artist or someone like that to create gift cards with all this disgusting stuff. Get some views, right? Get conversation started. And this is exactly why I don't think the marketing team's doing anything. They don't have to do anything. They can just take a chance. Right? When you sell stuff, you're selling regardless of whether it makes sense. People buy stuff because they're disgusted by it. Right? That's the thing about capitalism. You might want to buy things because you feel masochistic. Right? Buy different gift cards. Start selling these, right? Don't, like on the Amazon store. Speaking of which, I swear to God, we used to be saner as a species. I don't know what the fuck happened. COVID-19, we just all lost our shit. Yeah, I don't fucking know what happened. We're not as productive as we used to be. I used to learn shit from people. Because we also used to know that you can't maintain full hours. That's an illusion. As the moment you get a consistent worker, you can't maintain full hours. You just have to teach them everything. As an Amazon worker, yes, you should travel to another job, right? This is a fantastic design. Amazon is like a marketing hub, right? All these Amazon marketers, they're not looking at these people to form any product relationships, right? There's Moloch on the bottom on Texas, right? That's what I don't like about corporate these days. No one wants to take a chance. They're way too comfortable. They don't have to do any shit. They just have to network, find these people, right? Imagine this being a gift card, right? Who wouldn't want to buy it? Amazon, maybe they can't commission for their own company. They can do it for another. It's like, hey, right? Right? They have plenty of Amazon e-commerce relationships, right? So fucking what? Maybe they buy stuff from Costco and sell it on Amazon. Go find out, right? You don't have to do your own work. This is why I don't think corporate does anything these days. Programming team can always be manga artists. Why can't they? Right? Yeah, let's look at Yandere Stimulator. See? Just create a game. You literally could just shelve these programmers and just have them, not shelve, but like just retool them just to do a Yandere Stimulator, and I almost can guarantee you're going to make more money. Because the API is already functioning on Amazon, right? Don't upgrade it. I'm telling you right now. You should do like shifty things. Don't make this mistake thinking that people care about like a functioning product. Understand what people want is design. That they don't fucking want a working product in the beginning. They never do. No one buys off people that are functional. I'm serious right now. Have you seen how many divorce stories are out there? Right? They just want bullshit. They just want bullshit, colory, flowery shit. Look at how many views this has. No, they don't. They like look at how many bad movies get popular. They just love the cover art. Fuck, I wish I could go to school and do something else. Dude, I'm such a dumbass. If I could go to school and become like a programmer or something else, I would have made money by now. Fucking hate the arts. Can't make jack shit. I'm doing it because I can do it. Anyway, don't forget to advertise Bang Energy Drink. So you become a civil rights hero. What do? You get people of your cash, you get your collector money, the UFOs come, and they give you an offer to leave. That's all you do. Malcolm has what I call the king's genes. I don't know. Because he has a genetics of a king or a ruler, right? Just like MLK. They just all fucking left, right? If you're Obama, I just cash out, right? Maybe you can run 2024. Yes, you can. You know what I'd fucking do? Because this is one of the biggest shit shows. If you get a deal from the UFOs. To become a next trillionaire. Now, it's not worth it. It's just for a thought experiment. So if Kanye runs, you help Kanye. See, that's the exit strategy. That's the safest way. I have converted. Now you got to do a slow conversion strategy. I'm going to give you a secret. You just wait. You just fucking wait. Because everyone in the media attacks Kanye West. You and Kanye can be butt fags, right? Depending on what your sales proposition is. No, seriously. People will think Kanye's fine. You know he's not. You know he's leaning towards your side. Like, if you personally believe that, you know Kanye, when he's doing acrobatics, he's sane. Right? You know, the black guy is enslaved by his mind, right? You agree with that. That's the funny part. Why do you think your universal healthcare, your Obama universal healthcare bill failed? You know that too well, that they're enslaved by Republican mind tricks. Because they secretly want to become rich like the Republicans. Right? So if you're secretly want to become rich, you're influenced by the same social signals that make you divide, like pitting amongst each other. No one wants to become poor or egalitarian. Yeah, you just guys, look at those thighs. You see the arts? Let me go take that snippet shot, right? You don't need their head or their pussy. You just need to snip their legs, guys. This is exactly what selling that product is like. It's like this. You just fuck that leg, right? That's a gift card, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Amazon. You're not a proud company anymore. Jeff Bezos. Is it Jeffrey Bezos-sama? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to show you that beautiful thumbnail. Look at that! Oh!
What would web design look like if we had a single continuum time machine? If we could steal from the Jeffrey.
Honestly, if you're Amazon, you're actually better off getting an army of just start off being an army of, if you want a stable base of web designers. The arts, right? That's how you sell and get people to buy your shit. No one cares about the quality until later on. Then it becomes a shit show. That is true. It doesn't become a shit show immediately. I'm going to have to end this soon, but yeah, I'm an artist too. Amazon is worth a lot because it became e-commerce. So e-commerce has a cap. You got to switch industries if you want to make more money. That's what I think. You see this? Why is it going lower? I really think Amazon should switch strategies. See, I think it can go higher. I really do. I just don't think their marketing team's as aggressive as they used to be. Google. Let's look this up. It's almost to Google's. That's not a good sign. I don't think any of these are... Amazon's got a poor development team. Google's problem is they actually have they've realized something about e-commerce. Their search engine is going to have a default price. So let's look at these. This is way too low. That's not a good sign for the financials. Was it always that low? I don't know. I thought it was 3,000. Oh, it was 3,000. Okay. I thought I was losing my shit for a moment. So the real story I'm going to have to talk about is the workers protesting. That's the story we need to be focusing on, right? That's why it's undervalued, because they need to get their union or shadow union shit fixed, right? They really need to fix that. Now, they may not, if you can't fix it, now, well, how else do you avoid it? You start something new. You come up with new innovative ideas. Now, if they're a food shelter, maybe they have a backup plan, right? So they can maintain some default stock price. Amazon's in danger since Jeff left. I don't even deny that part. That's why I talk about Jeff a lot. I can talk about Jassy. I just have a gut feeling. You know, you got the sixth sense. The sixth sense, if you trust it, right, makes you schizophrenic. That's why people don't want to become a CEO for long. It's called listening to your gut. Don't listen to your gut. It makes you feel crazy, losing your shit, right? Trust something rational like science. And once you use your gut, you start understanding how deities become real. Trust me, don't. That's why I'd rather go into the sciences or something. So let's, I don't know what the hell's going on with Amazon. They're hiring new workers when there's like no fucking work to do. Here in my facility, UWA1. Dude, we have nothing. I'm sent to like fucking what? I hate cussing about this. I'm gonna end this soon. I gotta go a little time this, but so I can make sure I end it. But I'm gonna end this around 10 minutes. So, anyways, so we're on. I don't know what the fuck's with them. I think they'll recover again. Dude, they really see. They used to be $3,696, right? A new high. They had 3,700. I guess it's normal, but they did reach a new cap. I guess other people are talking about it. I think they can. It's gonna take a while though. Amazon can move up. I don't know about ET. So now Amazon, if they're not careful, right? Because I'm advertising for them right now. Shopify. Is their stock still at $1,000? I do a financial check because I want to remind corporate that I'm still sadly employed by this company. I just want to go to boot camp. I don't care too much because I just want to care about my personal expenditures and leave. Shopify's not in a good place. So I'm going to give you some relationship detail. So when Amazon's down, all these other e-commerce companies are down. They all depend on Amazon for survival. I'll show you I'll show you this little bar chart. So here's Amazon. I'm going to go do some drawings. This is a shit drawing. I'm not paid enough to care. If you give me a budget, I might give more of a shit. Here is, might as well say Craigslist. Right? They all depend on Amazon for survival. They're all sucking off Amazon's titties. So anytime Amazon goes down, they're kind of stacked, right? They're actually, I think there's a correlation between. Let's go a year back. I don't think I'm exactly right on this. Let's go November 24th, right? Let's correlate that with November 24th Amazon. See if it works. I know there's a relationship between the two. Yeah, their stock price goes down, they go down, right? Amazon, everyone relies on you for survival. I'm going to tell you also, criticize Amazon. Don't purchase Whole Foods Market. Waste of time. Yeah, I honestly, I'm just don't make your own store, bro. Just go with your store, get a aggressive marketing team. A lot of people aren't paid enough to care, right? You don't even need to do actual hard work. You could get someone else to do it. I'm just telling you, some of the, like a lot of you have a lot of resources you just don't use well. I criticize a lot. I could be full of shit. So, I'm just telling you, there's a lot of these, though. This is a fucking waste of time. This was called a $1 billion mistake. First of all, Hollywood's in decline, right? The reason why it's a waste of time is because you avoid certain groups. Speaking of which, I'm going to go advertise for this company now. Make sure to buy an AMC movie theater. Helps Amazon make money, I think, right? Is that how it works? No, you don't. Get a YouTuber on board. Don't get them to like start their own, like get them to make trailers like this. I keep telling people, just do this shit. Stop buying Hollywood. Right? Don't buy Hollywood. That's not gonna pay you anything. Everyone, no one fucking knows what makes money in Hollywood. I'll just tell you the sad truth. Did you really Marvel? Like, what the fuck is that? That's not helping you make more sales in your overall product line, right? I'm just scratching my head, sorry, because I'm just seriously thinking to myself, people really have lost their shit these days. Wonder if they have the airline. Actually, so. Anyways, just make trailers with music like this. Dude, you don't even have to really pay, right? You could just get an artist intern, couldn't you? I don't know why you spent $1 billion for this. So this is why. It's because a lot of people like avoiding reading everything. There's not enough time. Like, Jeff has other shit to do. If you're a competent CEO, you read about everything, even the stuff you personally despise reading about. It explains a lot about Amazon, right? So Amazon's optimal operational rate, politically speaking, should be independent. They should always strive for that. They shouldn't buy off the left or the right. They should be sneaky. Right? They're sneaky like the rats. They're not operating efficiently, right? They shouldn't, like, be bought off by one side or the other. Now, that's very difficult to maintain that state, because it's more comfortable because you have cognitive bias. So, an actual functioning Lex Luthor, or someone that's a ideal CEO would be someone who does not have cognitive dissonance. Yeah, you shouldn't spend money on cannabis either. That's not going to help you make cash. You're better off forming a more successful Amazon e-commerce relationship, right? Right? Jeff is talking about cannabis. That doesn't work. So here's what I would do. I'd improve the business success rate for the e-commerce stores. I would not focus on buying any of these companies off. You have quite enough resources as it is. Right? Right. You got a lot of Instagram people over there, right? So e-commerce, so a lot of these sellers aren't doing shit. They got hired, right? A lot of these programmers can do this free of charge. Maybe they want to start their own business when they retire. Right? Just spending $1 billion to do this other stuff, waste of money. Sure, you get overworked, but maybe you want to retire and do other stuff, right? Maybe you make trailers like this. Maybe you make a better Activision. I'm just telling you right now, a lot of the CEOs are wasting time. Maybe you want to jump on board with these people. Don't, trust me, you don't, no one fucking wants to. They just sink in too much with the politics, the political sea battle, right? The Battle of Waterloo. That's what I call the current melees of politics. It's the Battle of Waterloo all over again. Here are the losers in the Battle of Waterloo. Here's this guy named Tim Paul. You want to know the other guy who's the loser? Mark Dice. Tim Paul is a loser in this Battle of Waterloo. Well, internal Battle of Waterloo.
A Pennsylvania court strikes down expansive male.
Incredible! They're panicking! If it makes you feel better, here's another loser. The Young Turks. Look, I'm being respectful right now. It's not because if I said the Young Turds, I would have said they're the only losers. They're not. Alex Jones is too, by the way.
Based in Illinois, has
If you're a I don't know her name, Anna Karsperin, I think it's time to find an escape strategy. I'm fucking telling you, just think about your turn. Don't think this is relevant. Oh, see. I don't fucking know if this just check your money. I don't think any money's coming from these views. Now I just need viewership just to jump to another job. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So if I died, right? If I decide to get abducted by the UFOs right now, you ever see those? That's the rage. They all become part of the one consciousness entity. That's the pick I was looking for. I become part of the furnace. Right, they all became one fire hole. So imagine that they all merge. I think they become like one swirling flame, right? Star Wars is an accurate rendition of some of these what some of these universes look like. Yeah, you gotta advertise the right way. We all know Amazon is an ass cancer. Well, it's supposed to make money. I don't know what Jeff was thinking. It makes money, though. Gets you your cheddar. You just have to learn how to jump between insanity and sanity. Sundir, on the other hand, Google doesn't really have a future. Amazon just has to play the waiting game. Because they're too dependent on commercialism. That's why they're trying to go into phones. They just wait. They could buy off Google. Then their stock can just get a natural 2,500 boost for national security reasons. They don't even have to officially buy them off. Since Google's too reliant on other companies these days. They should have diversified, but not for phones. Sundir's problem is he doesn't have an aggressive e-commerce team. Like, they don't have to necessarily work for his company. They just can retire and help him out. Hey, Google had something good while it lasted. Now Google is Disneyland. Amazon's in safety view. Neither is Microsoft. Amazon's one of those dick fat companies. I hate praising one company, but like, really, you guys gave too much power to Jeff. You guys really don't have as much cards as you think you do. Facebook's this, meanwhile, isolated island. It can restructure. Twitter's just dead. Yeah, Twitter has no way of fighting back. Facebook can actually restructure and survive. I don't know about YouTube these days. There's too much fake news selling on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. With these companies, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to be rich someday. Well, not rich, but like stable cheddar. I'm still wondering if I could become a fisherman. Just retire on a boat. I don't fucking care anymore. I just don't want to deal with the fact that Joe Biden can lose his shit anytime. Because he thinks Twitter means something here. Anyone who thinks Twitter is relevant these days are not relevant. Or they should get their mental health checked. No offense. No, seriously, what does Twitter do? How is Twitter powerful? You only give it power. Its financial health looks like shit right now. $35 and you guys think Twitter means something? Fuck that. You want to know why Twitter means something? It's because of the inflammatory tweets. You should be buying people off right now. Yeah, buy them off of ad revenue. Shouldn't be that fucking hard. Scott criticizes Joe Biden. Buy him off. Buy Joe Biden off. Buy Scott Adams off. Who fucking cares about this shit, right? He's just here to do acrobatics to get a following and make himself look like a legend. You can make him feel like a legend. Just pretend he destroyed the left, right? You can do screenwriting. Who fucking cares? Scott, you see, I'll tell you what's going on. So I'll show you. This is acrobatics. Nothing legitimate's going on. Bill Pulte is doing something legitimate, even if it's a slavery deal. I actually respect him for it. You didn't bitch at him because he's not genuinely nice, but who fucking cares, right? You can hate him if you want. Bill does respectable work. Well, look, nothing's free, okay? If you want a sustainable charity, you can't do everything for free. You need some insurance card, right? Because if you have an incentive where you gain, now they have to behave better, right? Because the thing is, if you're too nice, you're taking advantage of too much. They're too much of a dumbass. They don't know how to play the chess game of Admiral Thrawn. Now, you can still hate him if you're not transparent about it. I saw that tweet with like... It almost seems the U.S. is suckering Russia and invading Ukraine. We can erase Russia financially, capture some of their energy markets. There's nothing true about this. I don't have to read the news about this. He already says it's not true. Now, why is this important? Because Scott has an initial following from 2016. I don't know if it makes money, though. See, that's the other question. I'm thinking about this more and more. Are any of these retweets giving him cash? I'm serious. I have no idea. Facebook's weird. I think they're telling me they're docking my views a lot. Because I saw like last night, I saw that rat symbol. It just shrunk my rat icon. They seem to be docking it massively. I got like 100 plays on my reels, which is nothing before. Anyways, honestly, fuck. If I was Amazon, I'd be more aggressive on advertising on National Review. I'll tell you the reality that people want to avoid. Capitalism is just like the wilds of the Amazon rainforest, right? The wilds of the Sahara Desert, or the African rainforest, right? You're always on the run. You're never comfortable. You always have to scout your prey, which is the other Fortune 500 companies, right? You're always looking to scalp some corpses, right? Right? If you're Buffett, you want to retire peacefully, right? You don't want to play the National Geographic game of hunting people down as a lion. The really terrifying part about being a CEO is you have to know when to morph into a rat, a turtle. You have to morph into different animals, like the Animorphs. Because you have to behave differently depending on the stages of development. That's why we have things called being polite, right? Your hair is good, it's combed nicely, right? And then when you know each other personally, right, you can be a little messy, right? That's why this is all fucking arbitrary. That's why I also want to move out, because I don't want to deal with people who don't understand that game. No, seriously. Oh, you need to shave. Well, you don't have to shave once you're in a relationship. There's different stages. A lot of these companies seem to think that how we behave in everyday society seems to be completely independent from how to operate as a company. No, it's not. It's integrated. Right? So just like Malcolm. So Malcolm X, or MLK, they started as far leftists to get people drawn to a story. Then they became far-right ass fags later on in life. Because they got enough cheddar, they can start being dick fags, and they start making more money. People behave differently depending on what resources you have, right? That's life. Just like atoms that behave differently when they have a bunch of electrons. They're trying to fill up electronic shells. Now, people lose their shit. They do a lot. And I'll be honest, if you think with that mindset all the time, you might decide, well, I don't want to have any friends anymore, right? But I strongly urge people to be sane. People should help each other. Look, I'm in love with the idea of niceness, but I want a sustainable way to be nice. Right? Like, that's why I don't really want to date, because, like, a lot of people take advantage of each other too much. I don't like that. I want long-term niceness. Otherwise known as kindness. Right? Because I can't get anywhere by being an ass bag. I just want a way to go to school, get a job, and get the fuck out of here. Because I don't care. Look, Amazon has a lot of potential. I could see a meteoric rise or a meteoric death. Right? You don't have to buy a lot of these companies. Just boost your business success rates, right? And then once everyone invests in it, they'll say, hey, Amazon gets to become the next $9,000 stock company, right? Right? Because if you can boost your business success rate to like 60 or 70%, right? Instead of 20, well, who wouldn't? Because starting your own business, that makes more money than a stock company, right? That's way better. You can. Yeah, I don't fucking know why not. This is called a conversation, right? Maybe you could bump the look. Warren's company, Berkshire Hathaway, right? They're I don't actually know what their max stock price was. Buffett's smart. He just knows how to market, right? One of the reasons why he's big is because he's selling stable stock, right? Stable stock returns. You're basically in the same industry. You're basically Berkshire Hathaway if you can get a really high business success rate, which you can. You don't have to purchase other goods. So once you form a good relationship, you can compete against Audible, right? Because you are Audible. Because Audible only works if you get sales. Because you can get the customer base of Audible. I'm just telling you, I can't do any of this shit these days. I can only chat. Pretty useless, actually. At this point for Amazon, it's like you might as well go to Dairy Queen at this point, right? Because people are protesting. No one fucking wants to grow up. Yeah, no one wants to grow up and admit they're worse workers. I got 0 karma points even though I haven't commented yet. I guess I lost it all. I haven't commented at all. Fuck, get into IT. Fuck. People actually won't need IT people. I'm too dumb to do IT. That's my problem. IT people plus warehouse work, right? Because the future of Amazon, I'll tell you the truth, is actually IT. So here's what's going to happen. For Amazon, I fucking hate talking about this. But here's how you get work back. A potential solution. You shelve warehouse associates. You make them all but overwork them, have them both be IT and warehouse. They did this setup back in DSE4, right? Pay the same. Pay bump, right? Move up elsewhere. Just restructure yourself. Right? Don't just have warehouse work and free time do IT, right? Let's be honest here. You cannot maintain a full-time job at Amazon and go to school at the same time. That's bullshit. That's fiction right there. Right? In my opinion, see a psychologist. From a schizophrenic. Become these things with the same wages. The ones that are currently there, just keep their wage. Just train them on the floor. Fucking leave, right? Same insurance benefit system. right? Amazon's now a Montessori school. Seriously, fuck. Look, you want tech workers, right? You need people who can bounce between jobs. Think of something sustainable. I'm a dumbass, right? If I could learn computer programming, I would have fucking left already. Don't get any friends, just isolate myself. Have Huffington Post pretend like I'm some incel. I don't fucking care. Look, who the fuck wouldn't want to be an incel after looking at 4chan? You look at that as like, isn't that also a sign that other people have those thoughts? Even the non-racists? And that if you have those thoughts, you can act like that at any point in time. I would have come with the assumption, oh yeah, I would. Trust me, disgust is the same as love. At any point. You saw this quote somewhere before, right? Right? It's the same as love, right? Hate is the same as love sometimes. And people don't know each other well, right? Love is the most powerful emotion as it could cause anger, rage, jealousy, right? So if you're angry or rage, don't you feel like making 4chan posts? Why would you be in a relationship if you know that if they're angry, they act like 4chaners? Because people are angry all the time. Right? In relationships, there's always conflict. Imagine if you're angry and you spam Pepe the Frog memes. Why the fuck wouldn't you? You're not using your thinking cap. My dad's fucking angry at me all the time. That's why I want to fucking leave. Right? I fucking would leave. Because if you're angry, you don't think. You just deal with people like, well, you didn't organize your shirt well, right? Oh, yeah, I totally am not stalking you and whispering behind your ear with magic hexes, right? Because I'm not using my brain, right? People act like this when they're angry or when they're in love, right? Because they're not thinking. They act like 4chan people. That's why I'd always say I'm not really too invested in politics. It's just two sides of the same coin. Left-wingers can act like right-wingers when they're in love. That's why I'm just like, if you're angry, maybe you want to spam this, right? You're not thinking. Who the fuck cares? As long as you're on the dominant side, right, you just subvert them. You just say, well, you're a racist. I never did that, right? If that makes sense. Yeah, you do act like a 4chaner when you're angry. So that's why I don't give a shit about this. I'm saying enough to look at this and say, whatever. Right, if you're a left-winger in love, you spam hentai meme, 4chan hentai memes. See, you act like this, right? If you're bi, you're in love, you just act like this. No, people are like, look, a lot of these thoughts you think, well, there's no scenario where you can. Yes, you can. You're in love. You do stupid shit. Look at the rich. They get into so many sex scandals. It's not even funny. Yeah, go see a psychologist, you guys, if you actually think you can't act like this. There's always a scenario. Why do you think Epstein got rich, right? He knows when people get corrupt. I call it star set infected, right? Yeah, it's just let's look at this beautiful world we got. It's a beautiful hellscape.
So you've got your...
Right? We've been living in a hellscape for a while, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna end. Okay, I keep saying I'm gonna end this, but then I keep having stuff to talk about. Anyways, I already started advertising for a bunch of other stuff. I'm probably going to start doing, because it seems harder to get, views on YouTube these days. I'm noticing. I don't know what's up with YouTube. Everyone seems to be in their own island, and a lot of the trending stuff, I think they're from the subscribers. clicking on stuff. I don't think it's from outside viewers, outside of the subscriber list. I think the trending list is actually complete fiction. Right? Because the whole point of trending is to get people outside of your YouTube channel watching your stuff, right? I think it's now officially a battle of how many of your subscribers click on your videos now. I think that's what it is. Trending's official fiction. Because, so, I posted, I'll give you proof of this. I posted a Boeing video, like, just a couple months back, right? I'm making this mainly about advertisement, right? That's why I think as an advertiser, it might be time to opt out a little bit. Because I made a Boeing video about a year back, right? It got 12 views. I actually got views for once. I think trending is complete fiction now. I think it's more of the rate of how many of your subscribers, like the ratio of how many people in your subscribers list out of your total subscribers, right, actually clicked on your vids. So for Tim Pool, right, and you're taking into account reclicks, right? So if you have a high reclick ratio and a high amount of subscribers doing those reclicks, you go on trending, actually. That's not trending. That's fiction. So the reason why Tim Pool hasn't been on trending is because a lot of his subscribers aren't actually clicking on his vids. Like in terms of the ratio, out of his total subscribers, it's a low amount with a reclick ratio. They're losing interest in Tim Pool already, right? I could be wrong. I could be insane. So let's look at Tim Pool. Well, I don't want to say Tim Pool, but that's kind of what we're getting to at this point.
There's a viral.
See, he has 1.29 mil, right? He has 245K. How many actual subscribers actually out of his list actually clicked on that? Outside viewers, my guess is there's none. So 245. Let me do some. I don't fucking know if I can afford anything these days. I'm a poor. Oh, I can afford shit, but I'm not making any money. Right? All I can afford is to have a conversation with people. Right, Amazon's not doing well. Biden was obligated actually to bump Amazon's stock price to at least 2,000. They're not concerned about jack shit because they're the job repository of the GitHub of jobs. That's the untold story. Shopify, they have to bump Amazon up. That's my guess. They're in such a safe position. They're part of the U.S. government too, so they have to eventually bounce to 3,700, whatever it is. Mandatory stock bump, right? They're not in danger. In fact, if anything, because they got part of the CIA or something, this only works for e-commerce, by the way. For the Department of Agriculture, anywhere in the Department of Energy, you just keep bumping up by another $200 eventually. Jeff Bezos accidentally gamed the system. You have backup cards, like every 5 years, $200. Eventually, you get to like 6,000, right? Some company acquisitions, you should have focused on acquiring the government first. What I would have done is got all those politicians to be e-commerce sellers so they keep bumping your stock price up. That's how you game the system. Can you do that no, you can't do that as Google. You have no advantage. No one fucking needs you, by the way, Google. You can always use Dogpile. No offense. Right? There's plenty of search engines out there. And really, really, you could use Yahoo. Who fucking cares? Now, could Google somehow protect themselves? Honestly, I'll be honest, not really. I wonder if there's any people who are gaming the system of Amazon Web Services. These are mine. If you're a cultured rich guy, this is your new welfare stamps. Google, why do people use Google? They're a search engine, right? Is anyone buying Google products personally? E-commerce or like food or agriculture is the default basis for an economy because we had the agrarian revolution before, right? So on a need to survival basis, we don't need a search engine. Because we have all of these other social media plugins like proliferating, right? There's no real need for Google. I think Sunir's problem, he just picked the wrong industry. Because you have Facebook, you have Twitter. You really don't need Google. They can do their own little Google island if they want, right? So Google should have more aggressively, like, who's buying Google products, right? So Google's story is they're not successfully really selling any successful Google product lines. Like, they have Tim Cook, right? Or Tim Apple. Whatever the fuck it is. It's not Tim Cook, it's Tim Apple now. Yeah, Bill Gates is kind of in trouble. His Microsoft company, I don't know where the fuck that is. I don't care about the stock price. I just don't have a good feeling about it. This doesn't mean anything. Don't be fooled. No, this is fiction. The only reason why this is happening is because people are too lazy to switch to a different OS. This literally doesn't mean anything. This is called the Great Deception. It might as well be $0 at this point. You can literally be bankrupt and the stock price will still show that. It's the next Lehman Brothers, right? I'm just waiting for Microsoft to wake up. How? I'll tell you, they don't have to wake up normally. Waking up's not going to do anything. Microsoft engages in a risky venture where they don't make any money back. And their stock price is still reported at 308. The joke is everyone's on food stamps. They got scammed by getting hired by Microsoft. This upbeat forecast doesn't mean jack shit. There are some companies, right? They're ghost towns already. You just don't talk about it. Because who's buying Azure and all this shit? I'll tell you, business owners. That's what I think. Or schools. My fucking problem with... So you can tell, because Microsoft products are trying to force everyone to switch to subscription models, right? That's never a good sign. It's like manga, right? They're in danger. There's no real revenue coming in. So, look at this. So all this revenue growth is actually company growth from other Fortune 500 companies. And they're purchasing it by bundle stocks. I guarantee you there's a lot of lying going on in the data analysts at Microsoft. There's definitely a lot of lying. I do not believe this is legitimate data. They could be measuring product growth by number of clicks on using Microsoft Azure. I don't know. You're better off giving up by Microsoft. Like I said, Kramer says market needs a total give up, right? Yeah, Microsoft needs to find the bottom, and then they signal an all clear to buyers. He's right. Kramer's right. Except for Microsoft. Yeah, there's gonna be a subpoena investigation at Microsoft someday. An official one, not hey, you're a monopoly. Microsoft, let's say, engages in a risky venture, tries to become the next YouTube. Bill spends $1 billion, right? Turns out he doesn't have it $1 billion because the accountant falsely misreported their fiscal earnings for so long, he forgot there never was that money in the budget. Someone just needs to wait for Microsoft to make a Whole Foods Market blunder, right? We're just waiting. We're just waiting for Microsoft's Battle of Waterloo. It hasn't came yet. Seriously, think about it. Use your head. Who's buying Azure? Ask questions about the data. Don't always look at sales number. Ask, what's my demographic base? Like, are they business owners or are they non-business owners? Because I can't imagine people who are non-business owners really buying these products a lot. You got Xbox. Does anyone actually use Xbox? I haven't heard in a while. Well, there's PewDiePie. I also use something called the PewDiePie stock indicator. If he's not advertising your stuff or like free of charge, There's no fucking way you're making any real profit. Well, he's advertising for Minecraft right now.
The world needs data scientists, and the smartest path to
Fuck, I want to do that.
Coding Dojo's data science.
Good.
Nope.
My.
Microsoft? Minecraft is not Microsoft, guys. Let's look at Cryonics, right? I forgot what his name is, actually. See if I can find him. Look at some Chugga Conroy. Is he even relevant still? Chugga Chugga Choo Choo. Right? Chugga Conroy. There's Xenoblade a year ago. Xenoblade Chronicles 2? There's no... Where the fuck's Xbox? So I'll tell you what YouTube watches these days. Video game walkthroughs. And PewDiePie stuff. Right? A lot of this stuff... A lot of these people are not... So trending's fiction. I'll show you it. I'm guessing. I sold 3 companies for 50. Is that real? If you do that, why the fuck are you on YouTube? Why would you be? I'll give you a hint. If you're making your living creating businesses and selling companies, you could become the next trillionaire way faster than Jeff Bezos. That's why I think this is a scam. Trust me. There is no fast path to riches, right? There is a fast path if you make a successful small business, if you have that talent. That's the best talent ever. And you keep selling it to other companies. That's a W right there. Right? So if you keep selling $50 stock companies, like successfully, right? Sustainably, like, because if you can do that, you could probably sell like 5,000 businesses, right? And then you can make $1 trillion someday. If you have a method like that, fuck, don't talk about it. Let's see this. By age 29.
What's up? Welcome to my channel. My name
Maybe
is
she can.
people who have businesses that are great, but they are enterprise, and they have like 3 clients that create like $3 million a year in revenue.
Age 29. Let's say you did this in 3 years, right? You keep doing this, right? You sell 100 businesses. You're already at like what, 500,000 plus? Probably more than that. I'm not telling you, this is a more, if you have a talent for doing that, don't. I mean, that's more sustainable than getting the Amazon stock price up to becoming a trillionaire. That's the game the system, right? You know, capitalism 101. You sell cheap goods for, if you sell cheap goods, you make more than someone who sells an expensive luxury good, right? Because it's persuasion. Once you sell them on cheap goods, you can influence them to buy your real estate business someday. I'm a dumbass. I wish I could do that game. This is a bullshit quote. Life is not much simpler. Life is simpler when you stop explaining yourself to people and do what works for you. Actually, yeah, you're right, to some extent. And that's because people lose their shit and take advantage of the situation, right? If they monitor your ass on a laptop or a computer, they keep criticizing you because they just feel like they're procrastinating, right? They just distract you with more dumbass picks. It's not true for the reason you think it is. It's because people tail you outside. Right? They get friends and friends, and then they follow you in the car and talk shit about you. That's why it's much simpler, because people act like idiots when you talk about your plans, right? So you ever see what happens when you mention like how much money you have in the bank? People start treating you like you're an ATM machine. That's why that's true. People act like idiots. I used to have a positive view of people in that sense. Yeah, I don't. So, yeah, your business. I don't know why. It's probably because you suck, right? I don't know what else I can say about certain people. I fucking suck. I'm roasting myself, bro. I have ideas all the time. That doesn't mean I can fucking do it. If you ever have a problem, give me a day. I'll literally come up with a solution. That's my if it's a legitimate problem, I have the sixth sense. I'll eventually come up with something that'll save it. So there's a lot of schools don't teach you about the sixth sense anymore. They used to be mana pools, right? They used to be magic centers. That's why they used to be weird. They used to not be for. So why did corporations invest in schools? They're mana pools. They're. So if you ever have Fate Stay Night, there's a mana pool, right? All right. Let's yeah, they're mana pools. So what they do is rich people, they need backups in case any of their mistresses stab them in the back. Because you know that happens. They always get indicted in some scam. So what do you protect yourself? White magic. Protect yourself, right? That's what the schools are there for. So the more subjects you understand, the more insights and dreams you can get to protect yourself. I'm serious. That's why the rich got into schools. That's why they funded education for. It was never meant to give people jobs, dude. It was an insurance policy. It was meant to make people. Schools were meant to make people immortal. No one wants to talk about this shit anymore. And so you get closer to God, and God gives you a sustainable pathway to immortality, right? And so you can do legal serial killing and get those stones faster. It was never meant to get people a job. I don't know why society just bullshits themselves on this topic. Anyways, I was advertising for Amazon, just so you know. Yeah. I forgot what it's called. I fucking forget all the anime that come out these days. Yeah, I think it's like Stella or something. Let's go look at the OP. Here it is. Yeah, it's basically there to rewire your genes. This is a pretty good explanation of what schools were meant for. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of lying to you about history. At least from my conspiracy theory point of view. So, why do you think the Holy Grail was popular back then? This is a pretty good explanation. This visual art. I can't think of a better explanation. So there's the star constellation staring at you as you go back home, right? You see a bunch of eyes on the walls. Japan is pretty sane. That's why people like anime, because it's an accurate reflection of the past. The closest I've seen. So, in the past, with the schools, they had it was like a Wizard Oz style, right? They had to rely on spirituality to actually learn shit faster. It was a study method in and of itself. That's why you see stuff like memory palaces appear. Right? They used these anime characters or whatever as memory palaces. And so to make the images real, these things actually popped up in real life. People are bullshitting themselves a lot. Because it wasn't worth keeping this open. God just decided to leave, right? That's why atheism was there, right? Because he wanted to fucking leave. He didn't want to do his fucking job anymore. We've already devolved, right? Because God left. Atheism's there. God left us. He wanted to go to another universe. Get reincarnated elsewhere, right? Yeah. He didn't like his species. God did fuck us up, but whatever. Yeah, I used to, I'll be honest, you probably also used to saw anime girls in real life. Back in the Middle Ages. Now, they couldn't create the artwork. But they definitely saw it in their head. So any new upgraded graphics in ER, you actually were able to port this out of your head in the real life in the Middle Ages. Now, their drawing capabilities couldn't describe what they saw, right? That's why you're seeing Greek gods and all this weird shit, right? That's another reason. So whatever we're coming up with, we used to port this in real life temporarily in our imagination. like video game graphics wise. We had a trade-off, right? The trade-off is whatever we used to see in real life temporarily to help us study now becomes our distraction in the form of tech. So our standard of living got better, but we're no longer able to port this supernatural shit out now because our short mortality gave us this, right? And it's the reason why we got a short mortality lifespans. Yeah, and the reality is we used to audit each other, and that makes life shit. So the red string of fate is the DNA. That is exactly why we have pools. It's mana pools, right? Now, if you have enough magic, you might be able to get a job. I don't deny that part. And if you're smart enough. Yeah, so right now we're all sort of bullshitting ourselves about the past. Look, maybe colleges are designed to attract women, not men. See, compare the past to this. There's nothing relevant about this. What does that mean? Colleges are designed to attract mages. There's nothing relevant about any of this topic. Do you know what happened? People just don't speak up about one gender doing stupid shit. That's all that's going on right now. I don't have any following on YouTube. Fuck that shit. Do you want to know what I'm thinking right now? Huh, Scott, teach me how you market bullshit. That's all I care about. Fuck, I need some cheddar, right? I don't care about being a critic. Fuck that shit. Fuck, you know what I want? I want to learn how to post this beautiful wallpaper that makes people jack off enough to follow Scott Adams. Teach me, buddy. I don't care. I hired Dick to be your workplace nemesis, right? I am jacking off in the office right now, buddy. I fucking seriously love this artwork. Plain artwork, plain design. Look, I'm trying to make a living. I don't fucking care. You pay me off, I'll be your best butt fag friend. I love this shit right here. All right. Is that the wig? Okay, I'm gonna finish this right now. So I'm gonna cap this off with, I can't advertise for Microsoft. I'm trying. How about this? Because I feel bad, and I still want a job. I don't know how long Microsoft's gonna survive. Microsoft's on a time bomb, sinking Titanic. Who's the actual Microsoft CEO? I'm just being a dick fag because I'm just talking about the past, the glorious past. Satya. Yeah, Microsoft is sitting as, right? Satya, they're getting deleted. Microsoft's not applicable. Microsoft's now like Los Angeles. It's going the route of Los Angeles. What's the Los Angeles crime rate? La 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 la. Look at that. Yeah, Microsoft's going the way of California. Their pot social equity programs leave, many depleted. Yeah, they're kind of dead. Now, Microsoft just has to make a business venture and just sink. An expensive one, a whole expensive one. So here's what I suspect. I think the accountant is also lying about Bill's actual bank accounts, his offshore bank accounts, and that's how he gets broke, and that's how Microsoft gets stunk, right? Or it might not be Bill. It might be Satya, right? Bill doesn't have time to check. They're the most in danger. No one's going to talk about it. They're going to be dead, right? But the news cycle will pretend like they're alive. Because CNN is so dysfunctional that none of them want to report the truth, even when it saves their lives. Yeah, fake news fucked them too much, right? Because everyone's criticized them for fake news left and right, right? They're so dysfunctional. I almost guarantee you they can't save themselves even if they wanted to. Making a bet right now for $1,000. Because the news journalists are low IQ, right? You've seen how they're very impulsive. Doesn't matter. Fox News, they can't report real news even when it would save themselves. Right? I saw this, like, they're more impulsive or something. This is fake news. You can be good at managing emotions. What am I doing right now? Journalism. Tim Pool, he's not impulsive. This is bullshit. Mark Dice is not impulsive. This is all bullshit. We're just talking about the big news anchors. Those news journals, if you are a CEO of MSNBC and these other things, you might as well just put them all on food stamps. They shouldn't get paid jack shit. They're too dumb. Just your business models are declining. Why don't you just short them? Yeah, Phil Griffin, go put all of them on food stamps. They're probably broke already, right? Because journalism has no guarantee of making. Hey, draw some 3D girls. So let's look at. You don't do that for me, motherfucker. You don't set up your own YouTube channel. I am not paying you jack shit. Right? Why don't we? No, seriously. You need a restructure, right? You paid them so much money. You deserve to get your money's worth. You're all sinking, right? Hurry up and become anime artists. Stop wasting my fucking time. You want to go back to school? They're a liability to your business, right? You're about to sink, right? They should do more. Go do something. Do something like this, right? You need a restructure. I don't know why a lot of these news companies are dead meat. They just act dead. Hurry up and go form an Amazon business. Stop wasting my fucking time. Hi, I'm Phil Griffin. I'm now Peter Griffin now, right? Right, Rachel Maddow? Fucking save my fucking business. I don't fucking like participating in politics, right? With the way you're doing it, my whole point's to make money. I guarantee you they're broke. Go short them. Who fucking cares? They're supposed to do their fucking job. I never realized my family dysfunction it can actually be applied to the wider world. They're just more dysfunctional outside. Jeff Zucker, Andrews and Cooper, hey! It's time to draw some video game trailers, motherfucker. Time to make me some fucking moolah. Night, Ode to Earth. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Let's go look. Yeah, I'm gonna keep procrastinating on this shit. So, let's see. CEO of CNN. Fuck, Fox News. Who's even? Suzanne Scott. I'm Android Susie, right? I'm here to terminate your ass with a machine gun. Come on, Tucker, go give me some cash. I don't know, who else is on Fox News, actually? Tucker, your ratings are shit. It's not giving me any money. Now, they're still financially solvent, but not enough. I have to go start doing some other media operations, right? Right? Otherwise, I'm shorting you. Look, there's a lot of journalists. I think Tucker's one of the smarter ones. One of the saner ones. I don't know about the others. I think Megyn Kelly's broke. Sean Hannity, I suspect the right-wing anchors are sane because they care about money. They're more disgustingly honest about money. Right? That money runs the world. The more honest you are about cash, the more likely you're going to stay sane and not be broke as fuck. You're probably exempt from the low intelligence journalist study I just saw earlier. Right? Because the more openly bland you are about society, right? The more they act morally disgusted, right? They're always about cheddar. If you have an ideology that's focused on cheddar, doesn't matter about disgust. It doesn't fucking matter. Now, it may not be framed correctly, right? which is basically what conservatism is, you're just sane. You're completely exempt from that. I bet it's all journalists from the other news stations. That's all they did. They probably wanted to do an intel leak about how bad their spending habits are, and then left. They probably saw how Anderson Cooper lost his shit, tanked his $1 billion or whatever, right? So they posted a study to indirectly talk about it. Including the Daily Beast, right? I bet you Breitbart's sane. Not the left-wing ones. They probably still spend badly, but not as badly, right? Because leftism is not focused on cheddar. Not even close. It's about progressivism, right? But you as a progressive, do you care about being rich or do you care about, like, because if you're rich, right, you get away with a lot of shit, right? You're not even openly talking about it anymore. You know what you're talking about? Social justice, civil rights. As an SJW, I have to tell you, you have to learn how to check yourself mentally, right? You have to know, am I in on the lie or am I part of the lie? You have to make sure you don't go too far, right? You don't let your bias come. You don't have to believe like you actually believe your lie. You know what I mean? Yeah. And SJW, you can talk about social justice. You got an opportunity, but you got to remember, you don't actually believe it, right? To get cash, right? Because that's not going to help you make money in the long run. Your goal is to become a programmer, an accountant, and just retire. No, opt out, right? It's hard to make money in social media. Right? Being an SJW, does that help you make cash in the end? Think about it. Who are the real winners? The real winners are the ones who can believe bullshit and still live comfortably. Those are the programmers, those are the accountants, those are the people in the math and science field. Right, there's some simps, they're living pretty well. Incels living pretty well in those fields. You notice it. There's a suspicious correlation. No, seriously. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you right now. If you want to, if people, conservatives want to find their ideal chick, always marry the crazy ones that are willing to camouflage. And still have a sustainable amount. You're like not have like volatile spending habits, like a stock. Because a divorce is like a spike in volatility, right? Don't look for that. Just ask. Fuck, just ask straight up. You can't lie about certain topics. This is called. So, if you're a news anchor, you should tell them to model after Tucker Carlson. To some extent, right? I honestly would just do video game trailers. People should stop dick fagging these days. See, this is what this is what people actually want. Ooh, look at those legs. Does this make me feel like jacking off? I'm serious right now. I really wish this is not what people wanted. As a billionaire, you live in this world. And you do act like this, by the way. If you ever seen a news scandal about any of the rich guys, they do fall in love with chicks like this. Yeah, you just have to think. It's terrifying to think like that. If you're Andrew Jassy, it might be time to figure out an exit strategy. I'm sorry, you really shouldn't be politically involved because you make more money if you learn how to pit sides against each other. Yeah, Amazon's a good insurance policy for any populist. If you want to reform the system, you just promise Amazon ways to get to 5,000. No one will like it, right? But who cares? Being a billionaire sucks. You always mentally break. You don't know when the fuck you break, right? Everyone's putting pressure on people like Jassy or Jeff Bezos to make a good decision. I bet you they still put pressure on Jeff Bezos to audit the facilities to this day. The 110 fulfillment centers of Amazon. Because you're not a machine at the end of the way. No, seriously, doesn't the public tell you when you make a bad decision? It's already reported on the news that the rich are following. Oh, they're dick fags, right? Well, how does you as a rich guy, because you're a normal human at the day, how do you as a rich guy feel about being followed by everyone? You could lose all your cheddar trying to get mental health care, and it wouldn't help you. Right? By the way, if you're rich, you don't have freedom. I think programmers have the most freedom. Because they don't have to run any business risk, right? They're not tailed by anyone. They're quiet and they get an immediate positive cash flow job. Actually, speaking of which, I don't think there's any more programming jobs. Maybe something's going on. I don't see them anymore. Maybe they'll come back. I might as well go to Amazon at this point. Programmers have it the nicest. Seriously, CEO, you're running risk all the time. You have to do marketing. You have to bounce between 15 fucking different jobs. You probably forgot about it. Worst case scenario, you could be a billionaire running the company corporation all by yourself. Yeah, Boeing. Yeah, if you're a dick fag billionaire, you just start putting an insane amount of job requirements. If you're Fortune 500, you might as well. You just lie. You have to lie, right? You can't tell the truth because the government won't give you cash. Because when you buy off the government, you didn't actually buy off the government. You have to remember, you have to be in on the lie. Because the government's still stronger than you if you're Fortune 500. They have nukes, right? And even when you do possess the nuclear launch codes, right, indirectly, through black market transactions or indirect conversations, because people do spill the password for the nuclear launch codes. They do! I know, right? You saw Hillary? You saw Hillary buy those non-secure servers? Someone convinced her so they can steal stuff from her. Has anyone thought about that right now? Someone did. That's what happened. Now, you don't say, I want to steal stuff from you directly. You just say, hey, why don't you purchase a non-secure server? I promise you, no one's going to spy on you. Now, the joke is you don't wink. You mentally wink. That's what the Clinton Foundation did, because everyone wanted their cash, right? So the moment you get $1 billion and get a lot of money, you're a target for everyone. You're like a target vector. And how do they get people to talk? Bill Clinton talks. Accidentally fucks some really intelligent, beautiful, crazy chick. Crazy chick convinces everyone in the Clinton Foundation to go invest in non-secure servers. So not long after Bill finished fucking her, she spies on him. That's probably what happened. That's why you got the Clinton Gate scandal. And the news anchors are pretty stupid. I've seen people do this a lot. They just do it in basic corporate. It's office politics. Just short a bunch of these news anchors. They're not doing shit for you. I would just be friends with Tim Pool. It's like, hey, right? You don't pay them. You have a government mandate now to pay them until they make money. I'm sure there's something you can find in the paperwork. Right? If you're not doing your job, it's somewhere in the non-disclosure project too. If you're not doing your fucking job, which there's proof of, right? Fucking short them until they do their job. Be friends with Tim Pool. Teach me how to write clickbait titles. Want some fruit baskets, Tim Pool? Tim Pool now gets money that he's not proud of. Yeah, go be best friends with Tim Pool. Teach me how to make these type of titles. Leaked video shows Fed admit Biden administration betrayed America. Ask Tim Pool, teach me how to use keywords and bold them. In all caps. You don't have to believe it. Your goal is to make money. Who fucking cares? It's mandatory that Tim will teach you this shit. Or someone, right? Mark Dice, right? Besides, you have to remember that everyone's losing right now. Like in the real world, in terms of real world results. Mark Dice looks like he's trying to hide more. Used to be at the top. I could be wrong. It looks like a painful smile. I don't know why. If I was Mark Dice, I'd retire. Just get your money and leave.
Welcome to Flatiron School. This is where
No, Mark, are you out?
works. Where the whole point of education.
Quiet exit strategy. He's going to play the quiet game. So you want to get out and get Mark Dice trending on #1. I better leave. I keep saying that. Get all of his subscribers to have a 50, like a click twice, right? For every viewer, you get click twice, then you trend. So a lot of these people on trending, I don't fucking know what's going on trending these days. I don't think it's legitimate now. I think it's a lot of the music people. I think it's because music people are like they're an advertising hub for the music, so they have to pay bots. I think there's quite a few bots. I could be wrong. Because I used to be able to get at least 2 views. See, it's video game trailers or sports, right? Or the Seahawks advertising themselves. It's never See, it's always a music video. Now, and it's not always, right? But it's always Seahawks and sports. I think these people are trying to advertise NBA games, right? Right? It's game trailers, right? It's always advertising hubs buying bots, right? Most of them are. And then this, I don't know. See, sometimes there's some legitimate ones, don't get me wrong. But it's always animation, right?
Spray peanuts, hairspray, mineral water, fruit, name it. The enemy.
Right? It's always about animation.
Oh, direct order.
And if you look at subscribers, look, it's a high ratio. You see that? I'm telling you, I'm right. 423 out of 519. What do you think that is? Like what, 60%? Yeah, that's all it is. If most of your subscribers click on a vid, that's how you trend. Here, I'll show you. Let's do some math. And they're always like clicking 2 or 5 times. That's how you get on trending these days. If most of your subscribers click on your vids. There's nothing there. It's fiction. 82%, right? And they're clicking like 4 times per watch. That's how you trend if you're not any of those categories of video game trailers or music videos, right? They're really engaged. It's just an engaged viewership. 578, look at that. That's a high ratio count. There's so many patterns of this. So much bullshitting. I think it's complete fiction now, the trending section. That's why if I was an advertiser, I'd say, hey, I'm a data analyst. I don't know if they're doing their fucking job. I think it's time to opt out of advertising. Because you want new people coming in and get buying your shit, right? These aren't new people. These are people who already fucking hate your product. You're advertising them, they're going to hate your product even more. Except if you're food, of course. Because you too can engage. Food is the only one that food and beverages are the only one I'd be serious about. And even then, I don't know if I'd pay them independently. It depends. 110%, right? If you got like, that's like a ratio of 2 to 1 or something like that, right? Reminds you of that, right? It's a pretty high ratio. So it's like they're clicking more than once, twice, right? Yeah, there's trending's complete fiction now. This is like a few years ago. Alpha Rad. Let's look at him. That's video game trailers. Now, sometimes there might be something more legitimate. Alpha Rad. Now, so there's going to be some people who would just trend anyways. So they have a high ratio. Look, 1.3 isn't that bad. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you, he trended because of this second video from 7 days ago. This is a really high as fuck ratio compared to what Pewds has. Look, 6 months ago, right? Trending data is being gathered from like as far as 6 months back. As long as it's not like as any further than a year forward, and the ratio is really high, like twice your subscribers, like the number of views, not counting the reclick rates, right? You should be fine. The trending is fiction now. So here's what I would count for trending. here's what trending used to be. You get 2 mil, you get like a couple 100,000 views, right? Or 50K views at like within a day. And we're not counting subscriber ratios or whatever I just said, right? And reclick rates. We're counting, trending to me should be, here's what trending should be. Here's what trending should be to me. They should have for like, so anytime you post a vid, that should be on trending, period. Trending doesn't function anymore. And then it should be like fanfiction.net. It should just switch. It should just fade, right? You stop being trending. It should just showcase all the time. Yeah. And the ones that get the most views, right? Or that get the most views in a day, right? Or not even get the most views for their topic. Just show up there permanently. Doesn't function like that anymore. It used to. I guess trending may be eliminated. Limitorious, huh? This is a scandal, huh? It's complete fiction. It's like reading Twilight. There's nothing there. You might as well go to 7-Eleven. So YouTube has a general-wide algorithm problem. That's the biggest scandal. So the what's worse than censorship is the advertiser. Now, if you had censorship, you actually can make more money if you got banned, right? So what Alex Jones should have done is he should help a bunch of YouTubers advertise his vids. Make more money. He should get a lot of these crazy chicks. Well, it's implied they date them at least. Maybe kiss them, no fucks, right? A lot of these crazy chicks who are billionaires who are more willing to politically morph. It's a crazy proposition. If you marry them, they'll maybe give you like half of their income, right? I'd fucking do it. So that's how you make more money. YouTubing has never been safe. It's always been a dicey proposition. You think Kim and like Kanye West are happy together? You're basically a celebrity. You just marry a hot chick, break up with her. She won't falsely accuse you of sex, right? Get your own little cult. No, you make more money with censorship. I don't know what YouTubers are doing these days. Right? If she can't date you, maybe you can ream someone else a problem. Maybe a computer programmer, right? You don't talk about this shit, right? Stefan Molyneux has a cult, right? He got banned. Actually become a cult. Right? You're broke, you're desperate, might as well, right? You're here to survive. Film theorist, right? Fiction for him too. This is a news scandal. This is a scandal. So 1.4 mil. He's trending. This is a pretty high racial. It's like 10% or something. That's actually pretty good. So look at 4 mil. That's pretty good. 60%, right? Now compare that to PewDiePie. And that's not actually good. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate picture of YouTube now. It's just devolved beasts and monsters. Do not open the door. That sounds about right. The door to the truth. Look, this is really high racial, dude. So anything with a 50% of your subscribers watching to 80, that's trending category. And if you get the most views on that specific topic you're covering, you go in trending. This is not happening anymore. They should fix a lot of shit on their website. I don't fucking... Now, I could be... Well, maybe I'm complaining. But I feel like it's fiction. Now, that doesn't help me, because I don't know how to fucking get recognized so I can go get a job. Get out of here. Nabo Ravikant. Yeah, I don't know. You can't... So, you get a lot... So, censorship is that you just marry a bunch of hot chicks. It's like, oh, you're so brave and sexy for advertising. Just... This is pretty much how the YouTubers get rich after censorship. Now no one wants to do it, but you're a YouTuber, you chose the ass fag route. Now you gotta go play this game. Just go look for the crazy chicks, you can find them. And there's a lot of crazy billionaires. Yeah, that's how you farm codes. Like, I'm censored, right? How do you think Socrates made a fortune? You go the Socrates route after you get censored. The joke is the first one that does it gets the sweet pick deals, and the last ones get the worst deals. They get the star constellation because it's a constellation prize. Life is beautiful, you guys. Now, if you're a YouTuber, you just shut up about it if you're actually going to do it. Yeah, you make way, 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 way more money by a factor of infinity if you get censored. You get your own cult. Right? You're living in the city after you get censored, right? Okay, I'm going to get out of here now. I need to exercise, and I want to eat something. I keep saying that. I have so much energy. Everybody, we're living in the city. I don't know why I'm doing this. This doesn't help me all the time. You got to keep the dream alive. That's pretty much what you as a censored YouTuber is. You're Sonic, right? I'm Sonic when it comes to sex. No, I'm serious. Right now, this is your restructuring strategy. You think YouTube is dicey, bro? Why do you all set up channels? You want cheddar, right? Chibi reviews, right? For an Everworld, Giga. You all came to make a fortune. You gotta go form a cult. Right? You do a doozy like, I'm far right now, motherfuckers. I'm censored. These news anchors are retarded as fuck. They should have been like, I had a dream from God. I became a far right ass faggot. Whee! They all should have done that little splash while Donald won 2016. And then be like, huh, did that happen? I had a hangover. I think that's because of fascist Donald Trump. Should have done that for 4 years. Take advantage of the shitstorm. Start filming shit. Make a fortune. Who cares? Doesn't Jeff Zucker make a fortune? Isn't he here to make money? He doesn't care what the general health, the mental health of the populace is. He has armed guards. Who fucking cares? Right, that other Philip guy, I forgot his name, but that CEO of CNN. Yeah, so many people. You just play this music while you're walking outside as a CEO. Get a boombox. Everyone celebrate with Scott. I was wrong, Scott. I did the seppuku. Just be in on the lie. You are Scott Damian Adams. You won. Congratulations. No, seriously. Who cares? People switch views all the time. There's always left-wing populists. We are at breads and circuses territory. And if I was Amazon, I'd fucking do it too. See how if your goods start trending, right? I post like a fuck ton of Amazon goods on YouTube as Donald wins. Anyone hungry? Right? An advertising marketing doesn't have to do anything. They just have to market. They're not even marketing aggressively like they used to, right? They used to be just like Primerica. Primerica is like making it big, bro. Like a lot of the sales team, right? They're making a lot of hidden shadow profits, right? Shadow job market, companies expert. Making $1 trillion, some of these old... You want to go get in with them. You don't fucking want to like... Oh, just stick with one system where it's like high stock price means fortune. How do I know this shit? You talk to people. They all hide. A lot of this stuff on Fortune, what's it called? Forbes magazine is just lies. All that listing of who's the richest guy isn't even real. You want to know why people know this? Because people used to talk back then, right? They used to be nice. And the thing about being nice is there's no prize, right? But niceness is a more sustainable system than being a mean asshole. The problem is you have to know when to switch between the two, right? Because part of enforcing social rules is you have to be an asshole to make sure those rules are enforced. It's always been the game. The moment you have rules is when the game exists. Right? When you have social rules, that it's already implied you have to play the game. Right? Don't loiter. Don't litter. There's a game now. If there was no game, there's no need to have social rules. Everything would just be like a machine, right? A machine universe. It's always rules, right? Don't blow your booger. Don't throw shit at people, right? There you go, the game. That means so the moment you have a rule like don't throw shit at people, it's implied there's a time when you can throw shit at people. So we have a lot of rules implying what the context is that explain another previous rule. So all these rules, that new rules we have, are explaining edge cases for some other rule we had in the past. Like self-defense, right? Like don't throw stuff, don't punch people, right? Is that self-defense is to explain the conditions in which you can punch people. As an example. Yeah, people are really stupid. You have to balance your personalities. That's why rules exist. Right? Don't yell at people, right? Let's say there's a rule. Well, there's a rule that's saying when you're in an abusive relationship, get out. That's when you yell, right? Part of the self-defense rule. If I'm wrong. Right? The moment you have a rule is the moment you have to know when to use being angry, being sad, being depressed. You have to know the appropriate time to pull that off, right? The moment you have social rules is when you have to know, okay, there's context. And you have to know when the exception exists. Anytime there's a rule, there's an exception. And there's always going to be rules that explain those exceptions of that original rule. Computer programming rules, right? Right? So what that means is, if you have the left and right, there's a time when you as a leftist have to act like a right-wing asshole. Because the left has rules, right? You have to follow edicts, which means the moment there's rules and edicts that exist, there have to be rules and edicts that explain the edge cases for when you don't follow them. To keep order within your specific structure. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here now. Oh yeah, buddy. Okay, let's play this. I'm going to end this. Play this and end. Everything is free, can't you see? Just so you know, the ending of politics is for censorship is Mark Dice, Tim Pool become become warlords, guys. So too does Alex Jones. Censorship is supposed to make you the biggest amount of cash. You're supposed to cash out. Become the next trillionaire if you take some death deals, right? You just get stikes. Same story. And if you're a billionaire, crazy chick's like, oh, hell yeah. The ending of censorship is also you all form your own little Breitbart island, Breitbart website. Okay, we're done here.